Welcome back to Cinematic Breakdown. I'm your host, Tyrese Pearson. My co-host, Aidan Records.
Hi.
And today we are talking about
Penis.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, sorry, Oppenheimer, my bad.
Oh,
I misread the script. I'm sorry.
But before we get into it, Aidan, what's your overall thoughts about biopics? I know as an old podcast.
So I love biopics.
The other podcast we did. I know we.
It's the same podcast. We all do is.
I just upload the episodes up from there to this one, so yeah, it's like fresh. But anyway, Aidan,
I love biopics. I love them. I love history, and I like movies, and it combines my two things I love. And all the subgenres.
Nice.
There's so many different subgenres, so it's really great. Biopics are.
I mean, I'm a big advocate when it comes to biopics. I love them, how they can tell a story, like not a story, bring some real life stuff and bring it into it. I know it's really important to some people of like historical accurate. I mean, if it's small little detail, it's not a big deal, but it's like a big detail, then some people are gonna have complaints about it. But other than that, I mean, when we get Oppenheimer, it came out 2023. It was a big blockbuster of the year. I told Aidan before we start, I'm not going to read overview, just because pretty much is about J. Robert Oppenheimer helping the atomic bomb, and then like the process going through it, and his life. Like, it doesn't go his whole life, but it goes like his personal life of him cheating on his wife.
Well, it pretty much goes through like him as like a big guy doing theoretical physics, and then it goes into his involvement with the Manhattan Project, and then it goes to the aftermath of the Manhattan Project.
Mm-hmm. And Aidan, what's your guess about tomato scores here?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna go mid 8. What'd you say?
This should help you. It swept the Oscars in 2023.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like mid to high 80s for both. So like 86s for both. Is a modest estimation.
Okay, so audience score is 93%.
Okay, a lot higher than I was thinking. My bad.
And then critics score is 93%. Audience score is 91%.
Okay, it's still both higher than I thought, but it makes sense. Good movie.
It is a good movie. It's 3 hours long, but what's your overall thoughts about it?
So I like it a lot. I mean, there are parts that I do have. I'm not a big fan of certain parts of it, just because it does talk a lot about communism, and personally, communism is just a dumb ideology in general, and I know that some of his family member, his brother was a card carrying communist, and his wife was before she met him, and he dabbled with communism, and they talked a lot about the communist revolution in Spain, and if you take the thing about the fact that I dislike communism, it's a great movie, because even those parts were important. They were important. But it was just stuff. It wasn't even stuff that involved the movie or his life, because their historical accuracies. I just don't like communism at all.
No, you're good. I get that. I mean, the movie's it's literally. What the fuck was I gonna say? I know it is every time. The movie was a big deal when it came. Christopher Nolan. That's what I say. Christopher Nolan directed it, and when the first trailer dropped, I was interested. I mean, yeah, I knew who Oppenheimer was because history. But the cast was fucking stacked.
The cast was
huge. Yeah, Cillian Murphy, Rob Downey Jr., Emily Blunt, Jack Quaid, Florence Pugh, Josh Peck, Matt Damon. And the list goes on. More
Tyrese
people.
Pearson.
Yeah, I make a small cameo.
He's the atomic bomb. He's the test bomb.
But there's so many positives, but I want to go straight into my one negative. I don't like the fact that. Maybe I'm wrong, what I'm about to say. Probably am. Everyone knew the bomb was for it, correct, Aidan? They knew they were making a bomb. They knew it was going to be used for, right? I don't like the fact how everyone's reaction after they use it, because no matter what, the bomb could be used for whatever. When those guys found out, their reactions were crying, throwing up, sick to their stomach, besides Oppenheimer. See, I kind of figured. And I didn't like the fact how the reaction to it, yes, no matter what, it was going to be used. And you guys were surprised about why.
Well, a big reason historically why all scientists didn't like the fact that the bomb was used was because they knew, especially the theoretical people knew, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So they knew that the whole arms race was going to happen after that happened, after they were used. Like I know that, and I know it says it in the movie that all the scientists wanted to use the bomb as a show of force, but not to use it on people because like it did kill a lot of people, less than the firebomb into Tokyo, but it still killed more people. It still killed a lot of people. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also all the communist sympathizers that were around uh, those circles at the time that wanted to share it with at the time our allies of Soviet Russia, which we should never have had them as allies, but that's a separate issue.
That, and I guess my other negative would be I guess it didn't need to be 3 hours, in my opinion.
I
I
think it
mean, you
did.
probably
I
disagree.
think it did.
I mean,
It's because
I don't know.
there's a lot of that time and history is very important, and the bomb for like the atomic bomb is exceptionally important because the like 90% most of like from 1945 to like 1991 the Cold War was a big nuclear arms race until 1991 when the Soviet Union fell. So it was like a huge part of most people growing up because that was 40 to 50 years of people just being around the threat of nuclear war. So like of course it had to be that long because it's very important, and it kind of like reflected the a lot of beliefs of certain people at the time about you know nuclear disarmament and why nukes shouldn't be used, nuclear weapons should not be used and stuff like that.
I mean, the way you put it, I agree with you on that. I'm not gonna say disagree with you. I agree with you on that. If I didn't know, again, I didn't know everything like you did. I agree with you on that. It's like when you sit there after a while, it does feel like either they're dragging it too much. So, right? Like sometimes it feels like it does drag, but
I'll be honest,
not
the only parts I thought dragged
there's
were
of course his
I thought it was the thing anything that involved his anything that involved his love
personal
life.
life.
No, his personal life was, but like, anything that involved his love life, I didn't give a shit about. Like, oh, he like because yeah, he was a big philanderer and stuff like that. But it's like yeah, I don't really care about this. Can we get back to like the bomb or like because the courtroom stuff was cool because like that was him trying to exonerate himself historically, and then the other one was cool because I didn't know who that the chair of the nuclear committee was the guy who Robert Downey Jr. played, and
Also,
he's also like one of very few people to not like who has been appointed that wasn't like approved to be a cabinet member because that doesn't happen very often.
let's talk about that real quick. The one baddest moment I felt the whole courtroom was Robert Downey Jr.'s character thought he had him. He thought so confident, like he got Oppenheimer, he's not gonna get it, and then somehow, and then Oppenheimer like end up turning that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, those two court scenes weren't happening at the same time. There was like a year gap.
No, I get that.
But what happened was he thought it was a lock because because some of the people that were picked to appear were not fans of Oppenheimer, but then they
Mm-hmm.
still were fans of the scientific community. So that's when they turned on him. And I mean, to be fair, he probably would have had it if he hadn't have raked if he hadn't have raked Oppenheimer over the coals as much as he did.
And also with Rob, what was his name?
Because
Albert Einstein, like that part where Rob Downey Jr.'s character saw him walk away, and it was like at first we didn't know, like we thought Oppenheimer was this bad guy, but it wasn't. Is what he said to him and made him like walk away.
I mean, yeah, it was something that I liked Robert Downey. The reason I liked Robert Downey Jr.'s character is because it really shows how politicians are extremely frail people who like their ego is the whole reason that anything happens. Because like you can like destroy politicians super easily by making it seem like it's something that you're doing against them. Because like I feel like that character showed really well how egotistical politicians are and how they think everything revolves around
And
them. I like his
Rob Downey
character.
Jr. definitely deserved the Oscar he got for best supporting role. He deserved his flowers for his role. Because like after Endgame, he did play in like the Doolittle, some shit movies, and then Oppenheimer actually show him like he can act, and he like I mean the Iron Man movies did, but like this movie definitely like put him on like his chops. It showed he had chops to play this
I mean,
character.
it's not the first time that RDJ has done a biopic movie that's helped his career. I mean, Chaplin was like a biopic movie he did that rejuvenated his career.
Oh yeah, I forget that's a good movie. But you probably have more, more like history and go through like more scenes and stuff like that.
That's more my tism, yeah.
Um, So with you trying to with you knowing stuff hysterical accurate, wasn't any scene that drove you a little nuts that wasn't like spot on, or like you were just like it's not a big deal for me.
So a lot of my historical stuff doesn't usually revolve around the history of science and stuff. So I feel like if there were historical inaccuracies, I wouldn't really have recognized them as much. Like all the war stuff, there wasn't really that much that not much that was historically inaccurate that I saw.
I see. What's your thoughts about?
Disclaimer, I am not an expert on like everything, so there probably was stuff that slipped through. I just didn't notice it. It was just from the stuff the basis of knowledge that I have. I didn't see many inaccuracies. Like it's a movie, they were probably
No,
there. Stuff does happen for dramatic effect, but
no, you're good. What was your thoughts about like with I didn't know about Oppenheimer. I didn't know he cheated and had the whole secret love affair with what is it with Florence Pugh's character. I
yeah,
didn't know about that.
the comic girl.
And then she ended up killing herself because she was like, I don't know how accurate that's true
Well,
about.
she either killed herself or she got killed because at the time the FBI was very anti-communist because based. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
He's a base.
being anti-communist is base as fuck. That's the most base you can be as a human, as an American.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing better to be as a human being or an American than being a communist hater. There was once an interview this guy. He was I think he was from no, he's not from Norway or from Poland, but he like jumped around between a lot of different armies in World War II. And during an interview, he was asked, "What's it like to kill a person?" He said, "I don't know. I've only killed communists." And I'm like, man, that's the most base thing ever because
Oh,
communists aren't people.
that's funny. Not funny, but you know what I mean.
That's true.
Ironic. It's
See,
ironic.
so for a lot of the movie, I didn't really like Oppenheimer's wife, but then like towards the end of the movie when she's like helping defend Oppenheimer and she's like, yeah, I stopped being a communist like 18 years ago. It's like based. And then like when she like stood really strong on her convictions on hating the different sciences that came out against her husband, I'm like, nah, that's a keeper right there. Because earlier on, it's like, man, she's a bad mother. She's really weird and stuff like this. And it's like, you know what? She's kind of base though.
I get that.
Not really sure about the dealing with the cheating though. That one I'm not on board with fully, but to each their own.
I know. Well, I say with all the side characters, like with them having such stacked casts, it was like I was my whole time I was thinking through the movies like how are they going to fit everyone in? Like you have some big names, you have small names, and you think they like I don't know like your thoughts about it, but like I think they balance it really well with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
if you probably don't know names, but I think they did balance like like Florence Pugh to balance with like her little side, like her little part, Emily Blunt, uh, the scientist played by like, Jack Quaid and Josh Peck, and some other names I'm missing, but and Matt Damon too. Like
Matt Damon's character was awesome.
he was badass.
He was. I like Matt Damon.
It was like
He's in good biopics too.
he is. Good Will Hunting is the biopic, right or no?
I don't I don't know about that one. No, I no, because that was a movie that him and
Ben Affleck came up.
Ben Affleck wrote. Like they like wrote that one, so I'm not sure that's not based off anything. I don't think.
I see. But like with the good, I like how this movie did balance stuff out. Some movies you have a stat cast. Like some movies fuck up where they have a stat cast and fuck up the whole movie. There's been times and times that have happened. And this movie being like really well and balanced it out, I thought they did amazing. Another movie that came to mind when I think of stat cast is Goodfellas. Like Samuel Jackson was in it. Some big names were. Some people who weren't big at the time were in Goodfellas, and they balanced it real well. Like Samuel Jackson, he was not big at the moment. And then you got Joe Pesci in that movie, and Rob De Niro, and then but but that was like one good positive I'd have. Aiden, you have any positive?
I mean, it was really I really liked the way that um like Christopher Nolan showed how Oppenheimer was able to like see how this stuff was gonna work, even like back when he was explaining it, back when he was in like in university and stuff. Like how you could he could see in his brain how the bomb was gonna work, but he didn't have all the pieces to put together at the time.
I see. Christopher Nolan. Well, I don't. I think he's really underrated because of directing. Some people you love or hate him, and the way he directs is a good. Like he made one of my favorite movies, Dark Knight. A good movie. He has some hits and miss. Like Tenet, I can't really pay. I would try to watch it, but couldn't. I think it's a miss. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's
I've
like
heard of it. I
I
mean,
can't even explain what type of movie it is. But like, he has some.
Christopher Nolan did Interstellar too, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was him.
that's a banger movie.
And Inception.
Yeah, I mean, he does good movies.
And then he's have one coming out next year about the Odyssey and like stuff. That cast stack too.
Yeah,
You have
the
Tom
Odyssey?
Holland,
Yeah.
Zendaya, Matt Damon, which I think is interesting. Like, again, Christopher Nolan's the most underrated director, and he's one of my favorite directors. The stuff he does and the time he takes, you can tell through the movie he cared. The scene I would say he cared the most is when they first test it and how Oppenheimer, the quote that comes up.
Yeah.
Like you, at first you're deaf, and then I don't know where you hear the big. That scared me. Like at first you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
The sound design, beautiful too. It's like such a good. I mean, it's such a good movie. I mean, a lot of people will have their negatives, but it's such a good movie. I mean, I'm Cillian Murphy again. I didn't know he played in some of Christopher Nolan films.
To be fair, there's a lot of Cillian Murphy movies that or shows and stuff. It's like the ones I can name. It's like Peaky Blinders, and then it's this movie, and then it's like maybe a few others.
The Batman movie.
What?
It's the first Batman. He was in it as Scarecrow.
No, I know that.
And
like he didn't like blow up until like Peaky Blinders though, right?
Yeah, I think that's where he actually blew up. But like, he definitely deserved. Like, he definitely fit Oppenheimer. Like, I know when we did talk about a while back about 42, you said like Chadwick Boseman didn't look like Jackie. Do you think Cillian Murphy looked like Oppenheimer?
He did. He looked way more like Oppenheimer than Chadwick Boseman did for Jackie. The one thing that did is it was a bit of a mix match is that Cillian Murphy's jawline is so much more defined than Oppenheimer's was. But besides that, like everything, like he got like down to the skinny, skinny as he was, as Oppenheimer was, and you know the gray hair and the haircut and everything. So yeah, it looked very similar.
And you definitely you show how smart he fucking is. He is smart as fuck. I mean,
there's times though where he gets that he's like that kind of smart where he kind of starts being like a prick. It's like, okay, we get your stuff. Mm-hmm. We tone down a bit.
He does get not over his head, but like he does get a big head at some points.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say I don't think he ever get humbled in the film. He might have got humbled. I mean, you just recently watched it not that long ago. Like today. It was watched today. You watched it, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it a couple days ago, so I don't have it fresh as you did, but like at the same time, like, do you think he got humbled at all in the film or no?
I mean, yeah, the whole H-bomb thing, he got humbled on pretty easily.
And my thing too is like
H-bomb thing, the whole him not getting security clearance for a while. There were several times he got humbled.
And my thing too is like, I don't know. I'll ask you this because you think that Oppenheimer was a bad person or a good person? Like, with the whole bomb situation. Like, if that makes sense. You think he's a bad guy for doing that, for making the bomb? We'll say that.
No. It was a war. It was a wartime, and they needed to win because it was against the Nazis and the Japanese. And I get why he wanted to use it more on the Nazis because they're killing the Jews, but like it made way more sense to use it on the Japanese. Because one thing in the movie is like, oh, the Japanese were about to surrender. We shouldn't have used nuclear bombs on them. Like they're saying that in the movie and stuff, and like Oppenheimer and stuff is like, no, they were told to fight till like the last person. Like we would have lost so many more troops if we didn't do this. It would have been horrific.
And you definitely feel the pain.
I sort of understand why he was upset. Cause he's like, oh, I created this. I feel I get the blood in my. But also like when Truman's like, the Japanese don't care who designed it; they care who used it. It's like based. That's true. They're not gonna like for most of history up until like this movie came out and people that really deep dive into history. Most people were like, who cares who designed the bomb? Truman dropped it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I'm glad. Like at the same time, it's I don't think Oppenheimer ever got the credit to like he won't to like that Steve he won the reward, right?
I mean, he got the credit for. I mean, because he was like immensely popular after the bomb happened and everything. Like, he was still a huge. It's like Einstein. He was still a huge scientific mind, even though like he hadn't really done much afterwards. Kind of like how Einstein, like after he did the theory of relativity and other things, like he was still immensely popular.
Which again, I'm glad like they actually tell the story. I mean, I don't know how like it was a definite blockbuster because you got that came out in Barbie and you got Barbieheimer, but when you have two big names come out the same day, I think Oppenheimer definitely beat Barbie when it came out because of.
I still haven't watched Barbie, so
I'm not shitting on Barbie at all. I like the movie. I mean, the message
I'm not shitting
definitely
on.
tells you throughout.
I'm not shitting on it either, but like after people watched it and I was talking to some friends, they're like, I mean, like it's a fine movie, but I mean, like I wouldn't go to the theaters to watch it again. That type of movie, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait till it comes out.
Because like
And then it came
I
out,
know
and
we're
I've
not
been
talking about Barbie.
busy.
I know we're not talking about Barbie, but I would tell you pretty much the message. Like the message of film is pretty much like women,
I'm
and
just
it
Ken.
throws that down. Huh?
I'm just Ken. It's just
I'm
the
just
whole
and
point.
it throws it.
The whole point of the movie is that Ryan Gosling's based, which we already knew.
I definitely come to that movie sometime because it's a good movie. I mean,
Hey,
you like it.
how about instead of talking about that, how about instead we talk about Blade Runner 2049?
Sure, Aiden, to cheer you up.
I like Ryan Gosling, and I like Harrison Ford.
But oh, you think you see anyone else play this role of Oppenheimer? I mean, I was thinking about it, I'm like maybe Gary Oldman, maybe
See, that's hard. Well, Garrett Oldman played Truman, so that'd been weird if he played.
switch roles.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not super great with all the different actors like from my brain because I don't have all the actors in my brain. So I'm definitely not someone to talk to for casting choices.
No, you're good. I was just wondering, like, actually, I got one throw in there. What Christian Bale?
No,
Because
no,
just because
face wise.
I'm saying I threw his name in there because he's known for gaining weight and losing weight. So I'm like, it'd be interesting to see what his process would be to try to play him.
Yeah,
And since he's in a bunch of Christopher Nolan films,
I don't think it would have worked out though.
I see. And that's my other thing I was going to ask you about because I know a bunch of directors and actors do this. What's your thoughts about different actors and directors working together? Like, for instance, you have like Cillian Murphy and Nolan because he has worked in Nolan's films. Like Quentin Tarantino, Samuel Jackson. He's in mostly Quentin Tarantino films. Like, what's your honest thoughts about it? Like, it's not that deep. You think it's like interesting relationship they have with each other?
I mean, I think it makes sense because even like in the work and like the real people workforce, there'll be managers that favor certain other people like that they favor them because they are more reliable and are able to do stuff that manager wants to do. So it's kind of the same way with directors. Makes sense to me. I don't see a problem with it. It's like, hey, I know your work ethic. I know you'll be able to do kind of what my vision is for this. So I'm gonna cast you more. I think it's good.
Because I was wondering because I sat here and was wondering I want to know I think it's a smart idea they doing that. I mean, like you said, it's going to happen in the real world. You're going to have people who are your favorites, and then obviously you have these bonds that they made. They made some good ass bonds together. Of course, they want to be like for Samuel Jackson. He's like, okay, yeah, I want to work with Tarantino. Like he never disrespected me. He's such a nice worker. I'm not saying he said that being like this, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. He would say he's a nice worker motherfucker. Anyway, Oppenheimer. I mean, there's so many things, good things to talk about. I mean, it's the cinematography. I already said sound design. I guess them fit in a time period. I thought that was really interesting too. Like it made me feel like yes, I'm in around that time. What year? What year was that? Cool two was what?
That depends because like part of the movies during the like the earlier 30 like the 20s to the 30s during his schooling and everything, and then of course the World War II stuff, like the Manhattan Project stuff was like 1942 to 1945,
Well,
and then it
what I'm trying to
was
get at.
and then it was like 1947. I think it was like all the I'm pretty sure that was all the corpse stuff was 1947 area.
Oh, and the black and white. What's your thoughts about like the court scenes being black and white?
I liked it. I like black and white movies. There's a movie that's not old. It's not an old movie, but it's called Good Night and Good Luck, and it's all in black and white. It's like a relatively recent movie. It's really good.
Because I was thinking like, but I'm not. I never watched black and white. I'm going to try to start doing that. But don't doing that was
You will
definitely a risk.
Tyrese, when we keep us continue doing this podcast, you will be watching black and white movies because I have a long list of black and white movies.
I mean, I watched Citizen Kane.
That's one.
That's black and white.
That's one movie. Yeah.
But like the risk they took with the black and white was really interesting. I liked it. I had no
I don't think
complaints about
it's not really a risk because black and white's easier to film.
Yeah, but there's people at the same time. Christopher Nolan probably got the thought of like, I'm not making this for. I don't know. Thought he probably thinks I'm trying to get my vision out there.
Also, like the black and white stuff didn't happen until like 2 hours into the movie. Who's gonna like see it 2 hours in the movie and be like, oh, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm gonna get up and leave.
The more of the court scene, like a little bit, it showed a little bit when the court scenes. It's a black and white.
It shows. Yeah, but like most of the court scene stuff is like after the bomb stuff happens. Because like
yeah, most of
because the court scenes that are black and white are the that's specifically the one for the cabinet post for Robert Downey Jr.'s character.
Was the beginning of black and white or no? When they first met Albert Einstein.
I think that was color.
Okay, I was thinking. I'm like, I don't remember if it was black and white or not.
It's also a 3 hour movie, so it's a little hard to remember every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Did you think Emily Blunt, who plays his wife, was a good role? Like, not a good role. Like, you think it was really good? Her character?
Yeah, I thought she did good.
I mean,
I don't know.
he supported everything he did.
Yeah, I don't know much about Mrs. Oppenheimer historically, but I mean, I thought she did a good job in the role.
Didn't she know about him cheating? And like, oh, they didn't really address that with him. Like, sure, her knowing.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm gonna say, no. The words of you, I just work here.
Yeah, I just work here, man. I just live here.
But before we get into like anything else, I mean, when you get any more final thoughts about Oppenheimer? I know, like, we don't talk about movies that much long, but like, it's really hard to go every single like beat by beat.
I really did like it, and thank God we go beat by beat because if we did beat by beat, a 3 hour beat by beat movie would be like 6 hours. So I don't want to record for 6 hours.
Oh, for sure. It for sure would have been like a 6 hour podcast.
That sounds horrible. I have other stuff to do.
But again, a good movie. I do really feel like everyone should watch this. I believe it's on Prime for free. I believe. I'm not sure. Prime or Peacock, one and two.
I think it's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime. You have Prime, and it's free. But it does cost probably $5 at least.
I'll let you rent it. Yeah, probably $5, but I think it's on Prime.
But again, like I speak real highly. It came out to a year, 2023, a year ago. So I know it's a dumb question.
2 years ago, 2023, 2025.
I was gonna say too, but like, it's been out for 2 years. It has won a bunch of. It swept the Oscars, like I said. It swept the Oscars. It was a big role. It was like the movie of the year. Like a lot of people did speak highly of it. And 2023 movies were like, for my opinion, I feel like the year of movies. It was definitely the year for movies. I'm not sure. Again, Aiden does. I'm not throwing a shot at you, Aiden. I know you just don't go to theaters as much because you have your reasons behind it.
I don't go to the theaters often at all. Like I maybe gone like 6 times in the last like 4 years.
And 2023 was the year me and my wife went to the theaters every time. That's the most time we went to theaters. We went to. There's a bunch of movies we saw that year. We saw Oppenheimer, Barbie, The Iron Claw. I can't even think of like. There's so many movies. Elemental. I would saw like. There's so many movies that came out the year me and my wife watched, and I even told her like, that's the most we ever went to the movies because there was so many good movies that came out that we both really liked or I want to like watch see. Because like I mean, like I said, this year I plan to go to movies because I love movies. I have a list of 24 movies I have watched. It's like 50, 40, 50 something, which is a lot. But you know, I just appreciate movies in 2023. If
Yeah,
people, I want to know your
Travis,
opinion.
remember in 2023 we went to that the the porn theater.
Porn theater.
Yeah, we went to the porn theater and watched a porn movie together, you and me.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It was not you. Yeah, you do. You're smiling. You remember it. You're trying to play it off like we didn't go to one together. It was date night.
I don't think that's even a thing,
We
is
got
it?
the large popcorn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're the one who started.
it comes the popcorn bucket comes with a hole in the bottom. It was weird.
Scary. It was
Good.
scary.
Butter felt good though.
But I definitely want everyone's opinion of like let me know what what year was like the best year for movies and who knows, maybe Aiden will do a movie draft on the year or even rank movies of the year if he's seen movies throughout one that it could be any year. It could literally be like the older times to now. And it could be a whole episode of us.
Terry and I are doing movie drafts, and I'm over like in the golden age of Hollywood. He's over in like 2022. I was like, oh, we're vastly different gaps here.
Like literally, I was saying like if there's a specific year that you guys want to talk about, we can literally do our top whatever of that specific movies of the year and get into why we picked them. Because I think that'd be interesting to do. Yeah, now I know to do it for not bad idea. Look at that. Big brain. This is what happens during podcasts. You think of big ideas. But now you're going to get to our next segment.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words?
The next segment.
Any last words?
Sex segment, guys. Get ready. You ready for some macaroni noises.
So the next segment is our top 10 biopic movies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread the wrong segment. My bad.
Okay.
That's the third segment.
You let me start somewhat. You have let me start so much. I'll let you go. You want to go 1 and down or 10 and down? Or 10 and up?
10 and
I'll let you decide. Okay, you're number 10.
My number 10 is going to be the movie The Doors.
Huh?
It's a biopic about The Doors. You know, the band The Doors from the 60s.
Oh.
Jim Morrison. Val Kilmer plays Jim Morrison.
Is it a good movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Val Kilmer, bro.
I love Val Kilmer.
Good actor. My number 10, Piece by Piece. If you don't know Piece by Piece, first time watching, I was in the IT office of Aidan, and I think I started crying, and Josh and Aidan are like, what's wrong? So, again, Piece by Piece is a Pharrell Williams movie. It's tell about Lego. He's like, I want to talk about Lego. It's a good movie. There's a sad scene.
That's a biopic?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was clowning the hell out of you because like, nerd.
I was literally crying about it. And he was like, "What are you crying about?"
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we cry about you, pussy.
Literally, and then like the movie was really interesting. Like the rappers he like went to high school with too is like interesting movie. I suggest that movie's on Peacock. But Aiden, you're number 9.
The movie I Saw the Light.
I Saw the Light. What's it about?
It's about Hank Williams Sr. His rise to popularity, his struggles with his wife, that kind of stuff. His struggle with alcoholism. Good movie. Tom Hiddleston's is Hank Sr.
Oh wait, that movie?
Yeah.
That's a good movie, actually. I might have to rewatch that.
I know it's a good movie. That's why I have it.
My number 9 is 42. I really do like 42. It's a good movie. But once I was sitting debating, when I was looking at my list, I prefer, but like my number 5 are for sure the ones I like either grew up with or had deep connection with or just like. But 42, Jack Robson's story, I really do like it. Chadwick Boseman's one of his favorite roles. It's a good movie. I mean, I suggest everyone watch it. If you know who Jack
We have
Robson
an
is,
episode about it.
I gotta re-release those. I really do got
You do. It's like
re-release them. Yeah, I probably will one day. Maybe one day we don't feel like filming, re-release them. No, actually, I was thinking about back pocket. In this case, you get too busy or I get too busy. Do you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep those ones up on the YouTube channel. I don't care. I'm not taking them down. So if you want to see them, just go over to our YouTube channel.
True. And you're number 8.
The Glenn Miller story. A lot of musical stuff going on right now. It's the story of Glenn Miller, played by
Aiden Records.
No, I can't. Why did I forget? Jimmy Stewart. James Stewart plays.
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. He plays Glenn Miller, who was very famous musician of the big band era. Very good movie.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry.
My number 8 is Air. Air is the story of a Nike shoe. I really like this movie.
I'm actually surprised you put that higher than you did 42. I'm actually a bit surprised.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know why I did that. I just liked the story.
Tyrese is like, all right, ranking biopics here. The most the biggest influence for baseball broke the color barrier, or literally the story of how a shoe was made. Definitely the shoe is higher.
I mean, Air. I don't know. I just liked the movie. It had a stacked cast. Hey, Chris Tucker's in it. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
I know.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie talking about the risk they took with Jordan and then the business side of Convert. How everyone was trying to gun for Jordan. Everyone was gunning for him. And it always makes you think, like, what if Nike never signed Jordan? Like, what would happen to the shoe? Who would be the face of Nike?
If Nike never signed Jordan, we'd be walking around wearing Jordan 1s with their Converse shoes or Adidas shoes instead of Nike.
That would probably be cool.
Nike Jordans. My number 7 is All Eyes on Me.
Really?
Yeah, Tupac.
Hello?
Tupac Shakur. Yeah.
I'll let you talk about it a little bit before I get into it.
Did you say that low?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear the guy who picked a fucking a biopic about a shoe to tell me that one of my biopics is too damn low. Fucking retard. That's too low. But I did put a biopic of a shoe and how a shoe was made over Jackie Robinson.
Okay, my number 7, Hacksaw Ridge.
Surprised by Hacksaw Ridge that low. He won a Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor. The highest award you can win. Didn't even have a weapon.
I really did. I did like the movie. I did. Like, I thought it was interesting that he didn't need he didn't believe in violence. It shows you why. Like, did he kill his brother's kid or hurt him?
He hurt him. He didn't kill him.
Okay, he hurt his brother's kid. It was really interesting. Like,
served too in the war.
And the shit he got put, like, getting beat up, and like even the sergeant's like, you should quit. And he's like, no, I'm not quitting.
That whole infantry regiment's really cool. The 77th Infantry Regiment. They were actually an experimental infantry regiment because they're all older people, all people that are above like the standard median age. Yeah, kind of cool story behind that regiment. Behind that.
And Andrew Garfield, one of his best roles.
Yep.
But you're number 6, Aiden.
I'm gonna pick The Wolf of Wall Street.
Hey, Leo's best role. Oh no,
not his best.
Django Unchained.
I have my number 1 is my favorite Leo DiCaprio role.
I didn't know what it is. I'm gonna save it.
You do know what it is, because it's my favorite role of DiCaprio. What's your number 6?
My number 6, Oppenheimer. I've been talking really highly about like all the other stuff, so I don't think I need to get into more of like why I like so much. But you're number 5, Aiden. Come on, get down to the meat of it.
J. Edgar.
What's that about?
It's a biopic about J. Edgar Hoover, the guy who started and was like in charge of the FBI from its inception until he died in the 60s or 70s.
Oh,
It's really cool. It also has DiCaprio.
what a guy. My number 5 is 8 Mile.
I
Okay,
really wasn't a fan
I
of 8 Mile, to be honest with you.
really my favorite. So I like it's about Eminem. My favorite scene in the whole movie is the rap battle. The last scene, and then you got and like I've been seeing jokes of like, hey, the guy who plays Falcon was the rapper dude who played in 8 Mile. And they said Cat got cooked by Eminem, and I thought it was funny. But it's a good story. It tells you shows you the life of Eminem of like stuff he'd been through and shit, and like people can relate to him. But Aiden, you're number 4.
Walk the Line. It's the story of Johnny Cash.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
Did he? I don't think he's seen that movie. Did he? I think he was.
No, he sang. Both him
I
and
did.
oh, Legally Blonde. I can't think of her name.
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. But I'm pretty sure they both sang. Because Joaquin Phoenix had to take singing lessons to try to get his vocal range down closer to Johnny Cash's because Johnny Cash had a very low voice.
Oh, I was gonna ask you. Oh, are you gonna watch the Bob Dylan movie of Timothy Chalamet called Complete Unknown?
I'll probably watch it when it comes out on streaming.
It's on YouTube for $3.
Like I said, I'll probably wait for it to come out on streaming.
If you watch it, let me know your thoughts about it. Because I don't really know much of.
I don't know much about Bob Dylan either, but I like Timothy
Bob
Chalamet.
Dylan. I know I guess he switched his name. He's a director apparently.
Who?
Bob Dylan. I thought. Well, let me make sure I'm right.
No,
For sure, he's a director.
He's a singer. Or yeah.
Because I looked up his name. His name wasn't what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
Bob Dylan, American singer songwriter.
Who did I look up that was also? It's in movies. Unless he's in them. Yeah. See, look. Like, just movies of him, like The Hurricane, Val. If you look at his movies, like, some other stuff he was part of.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he is a director. It's just he's still got all of his fame from being a singer.
True. You're not wrong. I believe. I agree. I believe you. I agree. Anyway, number 4 is Elvis. One of my favorite Austin Butler film performances. Elvis, I thought was a good movie. I didn't know. I really knew anything about Elvis. I knew his music. That's it. And like, he got fucked over. I guess a bunch of managers fuck over the artists. Apparently, it's like a common theme with those movies. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that, Aiden.
I mean, it's hard to say that Elvis got fucked over. He literally is like known as the king and had a bunch of money, but
yeah, but his manager took most of it.
He still lived in a fucking mansion.
Dude, Tom Hanks as a villain, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I never watched. I never watched The King because I heard it wasn't good from the historical aspect of it.
But you're number 3.
Straight Outta Compton.
Forget about that movie. Hold on, I'm gonna have to adjust my list right now for my top 3 because I forgot about that.
Because you're not a real rap fan.
What?
You ain't from Compton. I'm from
Compton. My number 3 is All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me. I like, I knew of Tupac. I liked how they told it, and like the actor playing him looks just like Tupac, in my opinion, almost.
The actor who played him is very, very much looked like Tupac. Spade English Tupac.
And it shows you how fucking crazy Tupac was. Like, if you, I was listening to Hit 'Em Up not long ago.
It also shows you how horrible of a person Jada Pinkett Smith has always been.
Yeah, and like she was. And also, like, and Hit 'Em Up, I was listening to him, like, damn, he's fucking crazy. Like, if you think of, like, number one disrespect, he calls out everybody. And, like, the one line with me is, fuck you, your motherfucking mama. I'm like, that's fucking nuts.
I still think my favorite
But Aiden, yeah,
my favorite rap of all time is still No Vaseline, and then Him Up's like second for me.
yeah.
My number
I
two.
see. I would more than Vaseline. Yeah,
Yeah,
number
I
two,
was
dope.
first. My number two is Hacksaw Ridge.
That makes sense. So I just got done Justin my number two.
Okay.
I did him. I'm gonna say this because I forgot about it. Straight Out Compton because I forgot about it, and I don't know why I did. It's one of my favorite rap movies because first time watching it, I mean, this says a lot. I forgot Ice Cube as a kid. I forgot Ice Cube was a rapper. I forgot he was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought he was an actor. I forgot he was a rapper. And then seeing the shit that they put Ice Cube through, and then the shit Dr. Dre went through, like the shit all of them went through, but like especially Ice Cube got fucked over. I mean, you could agree or disagree with me on that one, but he's the only one who didn't want to sign a contract. He said, "I'm not signing it." Because he doesn't he wants to get a lawyer and do the right way, and his manager's like, we don't do that shit. And like with Easy E and Dr. Dre's connection, how they were like besties. They knew each other before they got they knew each other, besties. But in your number one, let me guess, The Aviator.
It is
Ah, actually didn't finish it. I remember we watched it together, but we didn't finish it.
because Howard Hughes is awesome, and it also has DiCaprio in it, and it just proves how awesome Howard Hughes was, and how eccentric he was.
Was
He's dead.
oh yeah, right by that.
Howard Hughes died like the 70s or 80s, something like that.
My bad, Eden. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he should be.
But my number one is the Iron Claw.
I could have guessed that.
I I love this movie so much. I can't wait to talk about it when we do talk about it. Again, I love wrestling movies. I really do. I'm a big wrestling fan. Aiden's a wrestling fan, but he's more of the old generation. If that makes sense, right,
It's
Aiden?
because I'm an old man.
But I just love this movie. It's really sad. I almost cried about the Von Erich's movie, Von Erich's family. They believe there's a curse, and there's like in the film there's five of them, and they all die but one because they believe the Von Erich's name is a family curse. It's really sad and touching. Can't wait to talk about it one day, because like I feel like you will. One, you need to watch it. It's like you should watch it no matter what. It's a really good movie, and yeah, pretty much. I think it's good. Overall, it's a good movie. I really like it. I suggest it for everyone. I feel like this movie came out 2023. It should have fucking got nominated for Oscar, but didn't. Efron's one of my favorite performances for him. He should have got nominated, but didn't. So, fuck the Oscars for not doing that. But, Aiden, you got any thoughts on that? I mean, you haven't watched it, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
You should. You need to.
I won't. Even when we talk about it, I'm not gonna watch it. Just out of spite.
Wow. You're going to be like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that scene. Oh, yeah, you're right, sir.
Yeah, I agree. Like you like, what's your favorite scene? I'm over here like, best scenes from Iron Claw. Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
But well, that's a wrap. We'll post a top 10 on our Instagram. So this week we're having 3 podcasts come out. One's coming out probably today. One tomorrow. Sometime.
Why are we releasing 3 when we can just spread it out more?
Yeah, you're right. We're releasing 2. My bad. I was trying to be I was trying to be.
Yeah, don't be
Nice.
don't be generous. Because what if there's a hitch in our scheduling and we can't film something.
True. Never mind. Ignore what I said. Just kidding. April Fools.
April Fool's.
But thank you guys.
February.
Thank you guys for listen to it today. I want to know your thoughts about Oppenheimer. I honestly do in our top 10 list because I'm curious what your guys' favorite biopic movie is. It could be anything. I mean, there's only one right answer, right?
What?
There's only one right answer for the best biopic movie.
There is only one right answer.
Yep, Iron Claw. I think I said The Aviator. I was really hoping you were saying that. But Yeah, we'll let you guys go. I'll let you guys go. You guys have a wonderful week again.
I'll let you guys
Check
go.
out
Sorry.
check
It,
out
it
our previous episodes
ends the pod.
of the
Ends
podcast.
you should end the podcast. I'll let you go now. I love you. Bye. You're hang up the phone.
That's what I felt like. That's what I really. But you guys have a wonderful week. Again, check out the previous episodes you haven't seen. Check our Instagram out of previous stuff. Again, I'm gonna repost. I might make a Google Drive of our Disney movie draft because I didn't know who won. I just want to know who won. I mean, obviously, I think I did. Last time I did it, I was in the lead. So I have DreamWorks one end of March, and I'm doing that preparation. I'm like I said, the last podcast we did, I'm bringing guests. I got guests in my pocket who I'm bringing, and Aiden doesn't know yet, and we're bringing Josh back for it. But you guys again have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Have fun. Enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Bye.
Love you. Bye.